Hi, everybody. It's the Me and My Boyfriend Nicole podcast. My name's Aurora.
And I'm the boyfriend, Nicole.
Good morning, everybody.
Hello, world.
We are coming to you live from outside behind my house. The rain is a-falling, the dog is a-running, and the tea is a-brewing.
Woo, child. It's a wonderful day.
It's a beautiful morning.
It is. Rain, rain. Come hither.
Mm-hmm. So if you hear any ASMR moments, that's what's going on.
Who's that?
ASMR, it's like, I can't remember what it's called, but it's like soft, like rain falling, or like skin rubbing against skin, like wood rubbing against, like it makes you feel like tingly at the top of your skull, and like sometimes go down your back. I love ASMR.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people, like, it's not like a common feeling people get. It's like an audio sensory thing.
Learn something new every day. So what we talking?
Good shit.
I know. What are we talking about today?
We're talking about how you were at work the other day and you saw your coworker having a moment.
I did.
And it sparked something in you.
It did. So we were working and stuff, and then she got stuck on trying to put this cap back on this pen, right? And she was determined to get this cap on this pen for over and over again. She was getting so frustrated because she couldn't get it on there, right? And then finally she goes, "Oh," and I was like, "What?" She goes, "It's not the right cap. It doesn't go to this pen. That's why it won't fit." And it hit me like deep inside me. I was like, "Oh my God, how many times do we do that? Like work so hard over and over again trying to make something fit, and it's like, oh, it's supposed to go together just because it's a pen and a cap and they were laying near each other, like it's supposed to go together, right?" And it didn't, and you're getting so frustrated and mad, like, why can't I do this? And they don't go together.
And they just won't ever fit.
They won't ever. And I'm like, how many times have we encountered that in life?
So many times. How many times have you just been, it's like, well, maybe if I try it this way. Oh, maybe if I turn it this way. Oh, maybe it'll be better. And you keep trying, like, over and over and over and over. And you're like, what? Is it me? Is it me? Am I wrong?
Right.
And then you really, really take a second. And you're like, oh my gosh. This is never going to work.
No.
Never.
And you're beating yourself up.
Yeah.
Prior to that aha moment where you're just like, why can't I do this? You're putting it all on yourself, and you're just like, what am I, stupid? Like, what is wrong with me? Like, blah, blah. And then it's just like, oh, it just doesn't go together. And it relates to so many things in life, right? Of course, immediately relationships, right? And then, like, work, you know? Like, all kinds of things, though. It's just like, oh. It just doesn't go together. It's just so simple. Like,
isn't it beautiful how, like, something simple like that in life makes you, like, understand, like, metaphors and things like that, how you get to that point and you're like, oh, this is divine inspiration right here.
Yes! Like, I had to write it down, like, the cap and the pen. Like, just, duh.
How ironic is it that you wrote it down with a pen? Did the cap fit?
There wasn't a cap on it. We gave up on caps. Toss them away. Yeah.
Just a clicky.
But it was just like, and that whole thing of, you know, insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results.
Yeah.
And we all do it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like what we were talking about last week with Alex, is you keep coming back to the same thing, either the same type of relationship, the same people, like something because it's familiar, and you know, okay, well, I know this shit works.
That same job.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, well, this, you know, it's better than what I had before, but still the pin cap isn't fitting. Like,
Right.
well, it kind of rests on there and, like, kind of protects the pin. It's fine. Like, it's all right. Like,
And you're miserable.
yeah, you get from point A to point B, technically, with the top on your pen, but the top can fall off at any moment.
Yeah. And you're beating yourself up, and it's like, it just doesn't go together. It's just that simple. Like, what's the big deal? There's millions of pens out there. Go get another one. Go get a new one.
Go get a new color.
Yeah. It's it's so funny how we make everything about ourselves.
Yeah. Yes, okay.
Yeah. Why can't I do this? It's not meant to be, boo. You know? And then, two, how we just make everything such a big deal. And it's like, it just doesn't go together. Like, it's just so simple.
Yeah.
I just move on. It's like, but I can't. I have this problem in front of me. It's not even a problem. There's no way that it's ever going to fit. It's not made for that.
Yeah. It's amazing what perspective will give you. And, like, I feel like since you and I have kind of had that perspective shift of, like, not having expectations on, like, people and situations and just enjoying somebody for who they are and just, like, loving that moment, I feel like it's easier and easier to get to those moments of, like, huh, I do that. I recognize that in myself.
Yes.
And it's not like a beating yourself up thing. It's like, oh, I'm just recognizing this moment about myself. Oh.
And it's a totally different perspective. It's not putting it on yourself anymore. It's like this beautiful thing that seems so obvious that now you can see because you don't have all these blinders on to, it needs to be this way or da-da-da and all that. It's just kind of like, we're just here.
Yeah.
And it's so beautiful, you know?
It's very freeing.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm going to ask myself, and shit ain't right, like, does this pen cap fit? Is this even the right pen? Where did I even get this pen?
I know, I don't even know where that one came from. It was just there.
I don't even buy these kinds of pens. This is clearly someone else's pen.
Yeah.
That's why it's working. It's not working.
God.
How many times do we do that, too?
What?
Like, I just picked this up somewhere. Like, this job, this person, like, this relationship. Like, oh. And, like, I don't even like Bic pens.
That reminds me so much of the job that I had where Nicole had the friend who wanted me to come help out and work at their bar, right?
Yeah.
And I wasn't even looking for a job. I had another job. This was like a second job.
Mm-hmm.
And then shit went crazy there, right? And and I was like, I didn't even ask for this job. I didn't even want to. Why am I even here? Like, why am I letting this get to me? Like,
yeah.
I was doing a favor for somebody, and now I'm getting wrapped up in
now
shit.
Fucked up.
No, thank you. Like, it's crazy those moments where you're like, how did I even end up here?
How did I even end up here?
Yeah.
And then you think back on it, and you're like, oh. And then, so those moments of the how did I end up here, I'm like, that makes you realize how you really are an active participant in your life. And if you are just, you really have to go through life not just reacting to things, like making conscious efforts and decisions and things like that.
Yes. Because so many times I think we get wrapped up in the, why is this happening to me?
Mm-hmm.
You know, how did I end up here? Shit, they made songs. How did we get here?
Bitch, I took the bus. What?
And I'm like, so I did this. It didn't just happen to me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an active participant in my life. Like, and when you really start to think about it, it's like, whoa.
It's a lot of responsibility.
It is, because you start looking back at other things and other times in your life, and it's like, oh, it didn't just happen to me. Because it's easy to go, why is all this stuff happening? Why is bad stuff always happening to me? Like, blah, blah, blah.
Yep.
And then you start learning about the law of attraction and about cycles and all these other things, and you're like, oh, shit.
And then you're like, oh, I did this to myself?
Right?
Oh, shit.
But it's a wake-up moment.
Mm-hmm.
It is this moment where you realize that you have so much more power than you realize.
Yeah.
That, like, you have control over your life. Like, it's a beautiful thing, too. But at first, it's a, whoa.
Yeah.
Did nothing just happen to me? I did this. Like, what? Mm-hmm. I mean, there are things that are out of our control, but when we realize how much control we actually have, like I was talking the other day, like, you didn't have to come to work.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to work. I have to make money to live.
Not really.
No, and you don't have to work here. Like, you could go and do anything. And it's like, when you realize that, it's like, whoa. Like, there's a whole world opening to me. Like, I can do anything. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be in this relationship. But you are. Thanks for showing up. Like, you don't have to be. You could walk out at any time. Trust me, it's happened to me. You know, it's like anything. And just when you realize that, like, every single thing is a decision, you know? You didn't have to eat at this restaurant. You know, you didn't have to stop at this gas station. Just like everything. It can be overwhelming because then it's like every choice I make, like,
leads to something else.
Yes, the domino effect, right?
Right.
But not getting stuck on that. Just getting excited about what is the next thing that's going to pop up that I didn't know. Like, all the beautiful surprises in life. And that if you don't like one turn, go the other way.
Go the other way.
Right? Don't always take the same route.
Mm-hmm.
And if it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Like when you start to really realize that how much control you have over your life, man, it's powerful.
It is.
It really is.
It gives you like a sense of like, oh, no one's gonna take advantage of me anymore. Like no one's gonna make me do anything I don't want to do anymore. Like
Yes.
I really am my own being. Like I'm the one holding the pen,
Mm-hmm.
and I get to write my own story.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
It is. It really, really is. It's like, I really want to share this, but I don't want to put anyone else's business out there. But I will share this. Me and a coworker were talking yesterday, right? And we're in the exact same position. She's actually ahead of me. But, and we were talking, and she shared with me about how her education level and stuff, and how much she worked to get where she's at.
Mm-hmm.
Like, busted her ass to get everything that she has. And I thought it was such a beautiful moment, right? And I have more education than her, but I'm like, yo, it took me 17 years to get my bachelor's degree. Like, and one of the big reasons I got it was because my mother had been in college, and then she had things that happened and she had to drop out, and so she went to LPN school, so she did 1 year of college, and man, she took that and she did amazing things with it, right? But she always, you know, had this wish that she had finished her bachelor's degree, right? And then my grandmother, you know, was one of 13 kids, and at 14 was married off to a soldier passing through town, right?
Yeah.
Had my dad at 15, and she did amazing things with her life too. She had like middle school education, you know, but she always pushed that she wanted us to go to school and get an education and to be able to do anything so that we could always take care of ourselves and never be dependent on someone else, and take care of our family, and that no one could control us. And so I felt this urge and this push to finish it no matter what. And so I started college when I was 17, like a month after I graduated high school, right? Just taking one class at a time. Working at G's Pancake House, third shift.
Oh.
Paying out of my own pocket, yes.
I know G's.
Right? And taking one class at a time. And then, you know, got married, had a baby, had to quit, right? And then got back into school, had another baby, you know,
Dang.
had to quit. Then, you know, life happens and stuff. And I get back in school and take some more classes and then have to quit, you know. And just one thing I've noticed. So it took me 17 years to finish that bachelor's degree.
But you did it.
But I did it. But then I was like, we're in the exact same place.
Yeah.
You know, like, I got this education. I got, you know, like all kinds of work experience, everything else. But we're in the exact same position. You know, we're doing the exact same job, you know. And I'm like, education is important. It really is. But it's not everything.
Well, and then you think about it on the other side of what brought you both to the job.
Yes.
In the sense of, like, you guys both like the job for very similar reasons.
Yes, we're both parents. We both don't want to have to go to Nashville, do that drive.
Yeah.
It fits in with our lives. The money's good, everything else, you know. Like, we really love it. It's not really that stressful. Like, there's lots of things about it. I mean, it is, but it's not, you know, at the end of the day. And it's just like, your life is anything. You can make it anything. You can do anything. You can make it spectacular for you. You know, make it work for you. And when you don't want to do something anymore, or it's not working for you anymore, get excited.
Yeah.
Get excited about the change. Okay, this isn't the thing for me anymore. What next? Because life is, we always say life is so short. Life is long.
Yes.
And it's like, do stuff. Enjoy it. Try tons of different things. Try tons of different clothes, songs, music, jobs, relationships, travel, you know, painting. Like, do everything you want to do. If you're interested, try it.
Yeah.
Try it. Like, don't be scared. Like, do stuff. Like, it's your life. You can do anything you want. It's so beautiful. And when you realize that, like, it's just, oh my gosh. Like,
reminds me of reading Rainbow.
yeah.
I can do anything.
Yes, we've sang that song several times
Yeah.
in this last year. But it is. It's like when you realize it's not the right cap.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, holy shit.
Oh shit! This is an opportunity.
Yes.
I always think of it as like, okay, so this is an opportunity to do something next. Like, what's next? Not like wishing my life away. It's just like, okay, like I got this far.
Yeah.
In now, what's next? Like,
Yes. And it's that whole being excited about a door closing.
mm-hmm.
When one door closes, million more open. You got millions of more doors, windows, tunnels,
Yep.
caves, everything you can explore. Like, what's next? And not being sad or upset or mad about one thing closing or changing. That, oh my goodness, this means I'm off this hamster wheel,
Mm-hmm.
this treadmill, and I get to go out and explore life, explore me, see what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know? And yeah, it's scary. Change is scary. Sometimes it's the most exciting thing.
Yes.
And when you change your perspective, when you go from, oh shit, what am I going to do, to, oh shit, what am I going to do? Like,
like, oh.
so fun. Like, you just get excited, you know? And it's like, and nothing stresses you or bothers you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, all of a sudden, that man gonna act a fool in your relationship, at work, you know, whatever. And you'll be like, oh, today's the day. I didn't know when I got up today and was coming here that today was gonna be the day.
But it is.
Where we had enough. Where we're like, oh, okay, we're done. D-U-N done. Didn't even know. Now I'm excited.
I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Guess what? I brought all of me to the table. You
Right.
better be ready.
Right, exactly. And sometimes it's, I'm going to help you pack your shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go and get out of my fucking life. And other times it's, oh, I'm going to pack my shit. Don't worry, there's not that much.
Don't worry, it won't be long. I've been waiting on this. Actually, my shit is already half packed.
Right? Didn't even know I was preparing. Thought I was redecorating. Good thing I didn't spend that money yet.
Yeah. Good thing I didn't buy that new outfit.
Right? And you're just like high stepping. Like,
Mm-hmm.
ain't nothing gonna fuck me up no more.
Yeah.
You know, like, ain't nothing gonna take me down. I'm excited about the end of this and what's to come.
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
start singing, I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa!
Just get so excited. Like, it's crazy. You're like, cap didn't fit.
Cap didn't fit.
Cap didn't fit.
Thank
It's all
God.
good. Yeah.
And then
Oh,
you're
thank
like-
God.
And then you're like, ooh, thank God that cap didn't
Oh, when you look back.
fit. And you're like,
Whoa.
you're like, damn, how long was I trying to make that cap fit? Ooh,
Right.
Damn. It looked like a good cap.
It did. And then you were like, no thank you. No thank you, sir. And how many times have you looked back at, like, somebody you was with before and you're
Oh,
like,
man.
I wouldn't even talk to them today. And not anything to do, like, where you're like, oh, I still hate them or anything like
No,
that.
you're
I'm just saying,
like,
you're like,
ooh.
oh, I would never even be into that today.
Mhm.
Relationship, friendship, whatever, right?
And you're like, damn. And then you're like, but at the time,
It seemed fine. It seemed great.
it seemed great.
And now you're like, oh, growth. oh, I have moved a long way. Or a job you used to be in where you
Mhm.
thought this was like just the best job and you put up with so much shit that did not feed your soul, that
Yeah.
did not feel good. And now you're like, oh, I would never even entertain that.
No,
That's growth. That's a good thing.
it's a good thing.
Sometimes you got to kind of look back and see where you've been, you know?
Yeah.
But it's like, whoa.
Thank you.
Right? So glad that cab didn't fit. Yeah. I don't know. It's a beautiful thing. Life is beautiful. And you can change anything you want, anytime you want.
You can start your morning over 15 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
Right? Any caps not fitting stories you'd like to share?
No, I think we've said it all. I do have an idea for the next podcast, though, bumping around in my head.
Is it gonna be a surprise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait till next week. Well, thanks so much for listening to us, guys. Hope you enjoyed your time.
Right?
We've enjoyed talking.
Yes.
I'm enjoying this morning watching Figgy run around.
Yeah. So check your caps.
Yeah. Check your pins. Check your caps.
Make sure everything's fitting right.
Mm-hmm.
And if it isn't, maybe it's time to go out and get some new pins.
Take a step back and ask yourself, what am I doing?
Right? Yeah. Maybe I want a marker.
Yeah. Yeah.
A big fat one.
Oh. Oh. Okay. All right, girl.
I want to color outside the line.
Oh.
Well, have a beautiful day. We love you. And thanks for stopping by.
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. And share us with your friends.
Yes. Have a sparkly day.
Okay, bye.
Bye.